Sound.
Ready?
So let's roll.
Yeah.
Okay, camera rolling and this camera rolling too. Ready, go.
Takže můžu začít, jo?
Jdem.
Okay, so Toya, I know that you are not painting only graffiti, and I know that you are also doing fine art. So can you say me which all techniques are you using when you are painting, like cans, airbrush, or say me something about your fine art?
Yeah. With my paintings, I use mostly acrylic paints, but I also use watercolor and some spray paint in some of my paintings, and that's about it really. Yeah, and ink sometimes, but very seldomly.
Okay. And where are you finding inspiration for your art?
I think my graffiti and my fine art are so different, and my inspiration from graffiti is kind of on the streets, whereas my painting is more about like how I'm feeling. So the inspiration is coming from, I don't know, like how I'm feeling at that time, and you know how a lot of other artists inspire me that are also kind of like dealing with personal kind of things in fine art, stuff like that.
Okay, and can you say that by fine art or by graffiti it's like your alter ego? That's like...
Yeah, kind of, because they're so different. I think my fine art is my very serious side. You know, a lot of it is, I don't know, like my personal feelings, you know, whereas graffiti is sort of fun. It's in the streets.
Okay, and every time was like this, or?
In the beginning it was really just fun. My girls were just always kind of eating ice creams and cupcakes everywhere, and I wasn't really thinking about these girls so much. They were just fun to paint. And then I used to think it was so funny to make them crying but holding these ice creams, because they're like these spoiled children.
Okay, do you think it's because you are getting older and you start being more serious?
Yeah,
or?
definitely. Yeah, I mean, I'm very interested in history and culture and yeah, like ancient history especially. So a lot of my work kind of gets inspired by that. It's like witchcraft and stuff.
Okay, fine. Retomando. And how do you feel here support, like fine art and graffiti, how people are react?
Yeah.
Or you told me you will have some exhibition?
Yeah. I think it's the art scene here is getting really good. It's not just about like contemporary abstract stuff that people put in their bedroom or whatever. It's becoming more about street art and different cultures. So I think people are reacting really well to it, from the change, like from how it was before, whereas now it's like a lot more street arts, especially where I'm exhibiting, 34 Fine Arts. They're like really about female artists, Faith 47 and me exhibiting with them. So.
Okay, for example, I don't know, when I see this picture,
yeah,
the girl with the red cover, what does it mean? What is like express or say me why this?
Well,
why the black, for example?
This is like part of a series of paintings called Daydreamers, and it's kind of like things that girls would want to dress up like when they're little children. So like Red Riding Hood and like a witch, stuff like that, like Halloween kind of costumes. But how we as adults are still doing that. We're still like trying to mask or hide behind like some kind of identity. So it's all about like identity and lost little girls not really understanding where they fit in society and stuff. So that's what it's about. The crow I think it just makes it look more evil. I don't really have a reason. It's just
Yeah.
there.
Idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now I forgot the question.
I think. Do you feel any difference between supporting your art between Europe and Cape Town?
No se jí ptal toho grafika,
Yeah.
to odpovídala.
The supporting.
To už odpovídala.
Yeah, support. Yeah, definitely. Was that answer? Or?
The
Yeah,
difference. Difference.
Yeah,
We spoke about it at the beach, but
yeah.
I don't remember.
But,
Okay.
sorry, what was the question? Like, is the
It's
support
like-
different here?
yeah, we spoke about it. I think it's
Okay.
to máme tohle.
If you are sure.
Yeah, but now, yeah, I know. It's like, it's really funny. Why? Or look, it's also maybe a stupid question, but I have to ask. It's really funny how girls and also me are painting girls. You know?
Yeah.
Like, so do you know why you are painting girls like more than guys or something?
You know,
Or you know when the girls painting characters or
Yeah,
something?
it's always a
yeah.
girl. I think about 2 weeks ago I tried to paint a guy. And I painted over it because I just hated it. I think we can relate
There
to
is
it.
the guy.
Yeah, he's become a skull. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I can relate to the girls. I think in a way it's me expressing myself in these girls subconsciously. It's not a conscious thing. It's not like I'm, you know, when I start drawing something I don't decide to draw a girl. It's natural. I think like if you look when a girl is just doodling on a piece of paper, she'll always draw eyes. It's like a thing that girls do. It's like just natural to want to draw like feminine kind of stuff. But I'm trying to move away from it. I don't want to just do females for
Cool, stay on this way. But it's so fun. And look, I can see you really like tattoo.
Yeah.
What does it mean your tattoo, or if you have some special? Yeah, I
A lot of
think
people-
this for example was your design. I think you
Not really. I kind of,
similar. Yeah.
I drew up a design for my friend and then he kind of interpreted it.
Okay, another one.
But I think a lot of my tattoos are just a time in my life that were like an experience. This is some kind of like witch woman. I don't really have any like personal thing for it. It was just a fun drawing. But this one is like really special to me because I wanted to get a tattoo about graffiti, but I didn't want it to be cheesy or like obvious. So I was sitting with my friend and I said, why don't we just do a tiger? And we just write rap sprays. And it doesn't make sense, but
For you.
my art doesn't make sense either, so
Yeah. So
Yeah.
cool.
yeah.
Okay, just a moment. So really, yeah. And like, I have to ask you because I don't know. And do you think that in South Africa are like girls right? I don't know how to say. Like the girls have less right than guys.
No.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
No, definitely not. There's no... I know maybe in some European countries it's like that, but not here. I feel it's very much on the same level. Yeah.
Can you repeat the question a little bit?
Like answer a whole sentence.
Oh, right.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't think there's any difference between male and female rights in South Africa. I think it's...
But you mean at the everywhere or graffiti or painting or
Well, the thing
Work?
is, with everything in general, but even with graffiti, like the way that I'm treated here in South Africa is, like as a female writer, is very much like I'm one of them. Like I'm a friend and they support me. Not in the beginning, but now.
so
But-
was not it every time, but now that
Not
is
every
changing.
time, yeah. I think it's changing, you know. I think people, we at that age now when we realize that women can do anything a guy can do if she really wants to do it, you know. And I think maybe 6 or 7 years ago, there wasn't such a sense of that in graffiti and skateboarding and all those kind of sports that are very much male dominated. But it's changing, it's definitely changing. I feel like I'm one of the guys. So.
Ah, fine.
Yeah.
And look,
Dneska taky to vyřešit, vždycky počkej, jo, než domluví.
and look, I have to ask you, what do you, how is with like
Co chci říct?
čekaj. Can you say me something about crime here? Like if you can do like a longer sense about it, like how it for girls, like writers and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, crime in South Africa is something that we are brought into, like, you know, we live with it every day. I think it's especially like for females with graffiti, it's very hard for me to go paint alone. I think that's what I feel a lot like. If I'm going to go paint in Woodstock, I want someone else with me. Whereas in Europe, I can easily just go, you know, paint a wall by myself and I don't feel like I'm unsafe. But in South Africa, especially like places like Woodstock and, you know, like certain parts of town, you don't feel safe as a female, definitely not. And I often have mates with me because I'm too scared to walk down certain roads. Not everywhere, but of course, you know, there's some places in the city, usually where I'm painting, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
That's how it is, yeah.
Yeah. And I think I won't not, but I have to ask you, but I want not to ask you. You told me, or before we start to film, you had some problem. You told me you was that someone stole you some stuff.
Yeah.
Can you say me something about it? Or?
Yeah.
Because you told me it was on the beach.
Yeah.
And for me, beach is something like more safety place.
Yeah.
And like friendly. I was also really surprised by this.
Yeah.
Because I can see that he's like crime, but I think it's not so hard.
Yeah.
But when I see someone like you have, you know, so dobrý, jdem.
The problem that we have here in
What's happened? Yeah, what happened that day?
we were at the beach
Yeah.
really early in the morning after partying. So we were really not really thinking about like where we were, or you know, we were just having a fun time on the beach. And I was walking back up the stairs and two guys came from the shadows and threatened us with knives. So the thing is, I think if it had been like a busier place, I could have maybe screamed or, you know, tried to fight. But we were so alone. It was so like quiet and dark, and all you could hear were the waves. So it was just safer to give it to him. I mean, what happens here in Cape Town is like all these like touristy kind of places, like the beach, the mountains, they're not as safe as, I mean, people come here and they're like, oh, South Africa's so safe, like I feel so safe, but if you're at the wrong place at the wrong time, you can get robbed here.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. That happens a lot in the mountains, Table Mountain, and the beach, so you have to be careful all the time.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, that's right.
It's all over
And
the
they
world.
really came and say, we want your stuff with
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
But it happens. You become a little bit numb to it, so... Numb? You know, like, yeah, just... You don't... you don't care anymore. Just give
It was alone there?
No, with a friend.
With a friend.
Yeah.
Girl?
A boy.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So you never can feel safety.
No. I think it just felt wrong. It felt like... Sometimes you can tell, like, if they are going to do something. And it felt like they were going to do something, so I'd rather just give them the bag.
Yeah. Crazy.
So that happened.
Crazy. Okay, I think we will finish soon, but hlavně to vypadlo. Okay. Okay, and look, we were speaking about you that you lived in Europe, and who or Can you say me something in like short? Who you met and what you did, and I mean like graffiti.
Yeah. I loved living in Europe. I was living in Oslo for 2 years, and I travelled quite a lot to Copenhagen. Painted at Roskilde a few years ago, and I travelled with a few girlfriends that also paint to Dublin in Ireland, which was cool. And I had some solo exhibitions in London and Amsterdam, and Oslo. So it was
The sound, you know.
Oh, right. Yeah, it was really cool traveling around Europe and painting and meeting cool writers, and met Nikki in Amsterdam, which was cool.
Okay, and you told me you are planning to go to Copenhagen.
Yeah,
I know what you
I'm
want to do
planning.
there.
I'm moving.
Just moving.
I'm moving there, yeah, so I just want to try live somewhere else. And I have Norwegian passport and Norwegian family, so I'm hoping it'll be easier. We'll see.
Cool. And do you have something, or do you feel, or if some girl asks you
Yeah.
that she wanted, or if some girl say you, I want to start painting graffiti,
Yeah.
what do you say to her?
I think I've heard that a lot, girls saying that, and I think it's very obvious when they mean it and when they don't. If a girl really meant it, I would love to obviously help her, and you know, as like I would have wanted when I first started painting. You know, you don't know anything, and I think a lot of the reason girls don't carry on is because there's no one supporting them. You know, they're having guys telling them they're toys and stop painting, don't even try. And you know, I think the girls, I know it's kind of a cheesy cliche thing, but girls really do need to support each other. You know, it's important to, you know, give a little after you've been, I've been painting all around the world, and I would love to be able to say this to this girl and say, you know, I've travelled because of graffiti, and I've met amazing people, and it's my passion. It's not because my boyfriend paints, or because, you know, I get into it because I think it's cool or whatever, you know? So, I just have the right reasons to get into it.
Yeah, I pretty understand.
Cool.
Tak dobrý, ne?
Cool answer on the end.
Yeah, finish.
Yeah, I think yes. So we need to clap at the end. No, you. No, you. Okay, one bigger clap.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm scared I'm gonna...
No, clap. Thank you.
Fine. Yeah, I will prepare some really special questions to radio.
Yeah, cool.
After all South Africa, I will listen to you.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be cool, like...
I have to think about it. When I will go to sleep, I will
Yeah.
prepare the questions.
Yeah, but yeah, like questions about South Africa, is it still being...
It's fine. Ciao. Yeah.
It's still rolling. So.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
okay. No, it was okay. We stopped. It's for us, you know. It's fun.
Sorry.
That's good.
Tak máme to, aby mohli jsme jít a...
Yeah.
I don't even know why I did that. I just like pulled it out. I was like, oh, sorry. Did it get really loud? Okay.
Hele, tak to rychle zbalíme, ať můžeme to...
Jdeš, lidi.
Tady stojí.
Bacha.
Cool. Are we done?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah. How do you feel?
Cool, yeah.
It's fine. Okay.
I was really tired today, so it was really hard
me
answering
too.
questions.
I just slept only 2 hours with Sunny, and
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I think we're all a bit tired.
And I have wet shoes, wet socks.
Yeah. You must dry them. Do you have other shoes here?
No.
Just those?
No, yes. But it's Nike and it's okay.
I
Okay.
hope they're dry.
Okay. And yeah, I have to ask you for last question.
I've taken this off, yeah?
It doesn't matter. He has got this microphone.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if Sunny asked you already, but why are you using the little morbidity with